Thanks for joining me as I travel the world, going from fine dining through to street food and local specialties, all in an effort to find the world's best seafood. God, I hate Las Vegas. Bright lights, fake, chintzy, overhyped food, way overhyped night spots. It's just so full of artifice. You have to get out of the strip to find the best places, in my opinion. Luckily, my dear friend Nikki lives in Vegas and she hooked me up at Kame by Chef Eric. Now, I have to say, it was still a shock to the system going out to this kind of very average strip mall in the middle of a car park. Next door with the flashing lights is the standard sushi bar, but tucked into the side is the omakase. So I got the reservation via a friend, had to go into the general restaurant. She had to go check with the chef to make sure it was legit, come back outside and go in a secret entrance. This discreet little room only sits about 6 or 8 people, with Chef Eric leading it with a couple of sous chefs helping him out. Now, this is not just a sushi meal. It's an omakase, which is basically chef's choice. There is sushi included, but there's also things like live lobster and arc shell and snow crab and so many great things. And one of the best things about the meal was Chef Eric's atmosphere and chatting to the guests all the way through. Now, what a way to get your palate wet, huh? A giant piece of Alaskan crab leg slowly over the charcoal cooking as you're there. There he's searing some monkfish liver, which is kind of a Japanese foie gras, and the huge cabinet of sake, a really great start to what looks to be a fantastic meal. Starting out with fresh oysters, caviar and ponzu, and then the baked custard with seafood, which contained hairy crab. And the color that you're seeing there actually comes from the brain of the hairy crab. This bubbling little top shell was something else, filled with dashi over the salt that was keeping it firing, and then with a small lightly poached quail egg, which then mixed through the sauce, and the little mushrooms, it was really just something else. Here's more of the hairy crab, this time sashimi with its own dipping sauce. And here's how they serve up that slowly grilled crab leg. Oh my goodness, stem ginger, different types of caviar, the broiled pepper, and just beautifully plated as well. All done right in front of you, really a classy presentation. Next up, more delicacies, this time live lobster. Well, it was live and then freshly killed with uni, toro, and 2 types of caviar, and freshly ground wasabi, and the little sweet ume plum. Next up, a clam and dumpling soup. And then the sushi began, all dressed, seasoned, and ready to go. And as is tradition in these places, you normally eat sushi with your fingers, and it comes with a small towel for cleaning your fingers.
Because most of the fish, they can get the California or San Diego or Mexico too. And this special area has the ocean temperature, and then the wave of the ocean is different. This is how they make the fish, the texture is tender, more firm. Yeah. And then the fish leave the area, but the ocean water temperature is different. That's why the flavor is different. So even for Japan, they have a yellowtail from Ehime or Kumamoto, a different city, but the wild one is a different location. So Kumamoto, and then the area is like there's a farming but still it's good because they put the cage at the ocean, but still the area is like a strong wave. That's why they make the farm over there to the cage. Yeah. And then also, whenever the fishermen they catch it, this is the ocean trout from the Scotland.
Madai or red snapper.
Yes.
So you kids must be happy.
No, I don't. When they're a kid, they like it, but somehow when they grow up, high school food, they change it, the flavor. Yeah. they change it like pizza, Italian food. They used to like sushi, but somehow.
And this is otoro, the fattest part of the tuna. It's from the very belly, not the side. It's marbled like Kobe beef. To be honest, I prefer the chutoro from the side of the tuna that's less fatty. In beef, all of the flavor tends to come from the fat, but in tuna, the meat itself has flavor anyway, and I like the flavor of the meat more than the flavor of the fat. Now, this is my kind of don. A tablespoon of rice with tuna belly, caviar, and helpings of uni with fresh wasabi. That's the proportions this dish should be served in. And finally, here is the rest of the lobster, claw and head, served with the tamale and the brains making up the sauce. This was a really class meal, what can I say? They have 2 sittings a night, 2 hours in duration. You need to book. It's $165 per person before drinks. But when you're in Vegas, that kind of money doesn't go far on the strip. Definitely jump in an Uber, make the effort, visit here, you'll leave satisfied. Please do like and subscribe to join me on my search, even to places like Vegas, for the world's best seafood.